Rudy is known as the millionaire real estate agent maker at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. His passion is to help real estate agents and brokers 10x their income with no cold calling, no prospecting, and no door knocking. He has been featured on ABC, CBS, Fox News. Riz Media named him as the 2020 real estate newsmaker, and Exelon Magazine also named Rudy as a top 10 most admired business leaders in 2021.
Instead of focusing on your weakness, instead of trying to improve what you are weak on, if you want to be successful, focus on your strength, develop your God-given talent, because every single one of us, we all have this God-given talent, right? But then, if you don't practice, you don't develop your God-given talent, it's useless. Look at every athlete or anybody that's successful in their field. Do you think they're born like that? They practice every single day. But they practice on the one thing. The problem with real estate agents, DJ, they try to practice on the stuff that like 20 different stuff. So now they become average in everything.
Woo, hello. Welcome this morning. This morning, we have a very special guest here, Amy Wu. Amy has been in business for over 30 years, a veteran in this business. So today, every Monday at 11 o'clock, I'm bringing best of the best to help real estate agents be successful in this market today. So Amy, welcome to our Superstars Agent Partners podcast.
Thank you, Rudy. It's an honor.
Amy, why don't we start with a quick introduction, a little bit about you. Who is Amy Wu? And you're doing so well in this market today. You are breaking over $500,000 in income. I look at your numbers before we began the show today. Bringing over $500,000 in this market today. And I believe there's so many real estate agents who wants to hear your advice. Be successful today, September 2024. So go ahead, Amy. Start with the introduction.
Okay, this is Amy Wu. Yeah, I had my license a long time ago, but because of the family issue, so I didn't really actually practice that full time until I think 16 years ago or 15 years ago. I joined the RE/MAX because kids all grow up, leave the house, so I can have the time to focus, concentrate, real estate time, and I think I'm doing well. But the reason why I decided to join Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, of course, I want to scratch from the beginning, try to learn the new things. That's something when I joined real estate, this business full time, I just tell myself, there's so many things to learn, and everything is updated, and the real estate market is dynamic. So I can't just stay in one position. So I give myself a try, which I think is a pretty brave stage to do this journey. And I think I'm very focused. I think I'm very lucky to join this team. And this team gave me a lot of training. Okay? And I can practice that. As Rudy just said, you learn a lot. Don't do it. Nothing. But the more you do it, practice makes perfect, and it works. I mean, Rudy's system is proved to be a working system, and I'm glad I'm the beneficiary. And yeah, that's about my experience in Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty.
So, Amy, let's talk about practical gold nuggets. When you work with buyers, I mean, first of all, today it's September 2024. Do you have your numbers like in the last 2 months, maybe this month and last month, August and September? How many deals that you closed in the last 30, 60 days?
I think August is a 4.
So
I
your
didn't do
first,
too many.
you're
Due to my age, I have my energy limitation.
you're doing Amy. According to the National Association of Realtors, the average real estate agent closed 2 deals in the whole year. You did 4 in the month of August 2024. You are doing well. So Amy, let's talk about practical growth now, because we have a lot of real estate agents watching this video, especially post NAR settlement, and I know you work with a lot of buyers. So
Yes.
can you share some of your best practices when you are working with buyers in this market today?
Well, I think starting from the August 13th, we have the challenge to work with the buyer because it's a lot of the form comes out, new regulations, and we have spent a lot of time to sign a agency representation with them before we can even show them the house. So that takes a lot of the explanation, patience, work out with the buyer, especially it's the first time encounter with them. So you have to have enough knowledge, what you are doing. That's why I appreciate company give me a lot of training, a lot of the information, so I can utilize that to deal with the buyers in this kind of the new market situation. And I think a lot of people have some wrong idea about the settlement, but I think we just go back to the original principle to do the business practice is everything should be transparent. Maybe some agent before didn't do it thoroughly or well. Right now with a new regulation, we are required to do things more informative and more transparent. So I don't see anything too much change as the realtor's side. I just say buyer need to be educated more. So at this moment, maybe a little bit slow down for the transaction to be closed, but I think that's a good sign. So buyer would know how to act in the real estate transaction. I really think that's a positive sign. For some agents start have to doing things more carefully, cautiously, and more transparently. And maybe some agent will quit the business. So we have a less competitor. But I take this situation pretty positive.
And yes, you are right. And I know because I've seen how you work with the clients. In fact, post after you say again, to put it in perspective for our real estate agents who's watching this, Amy has been in business for the last 32 years. In the last 90 days, she actually makes more money than in the entire 32 years. So that's a big statement though, right? So let's talk about that, Amy. For you, you see it as a positive. In fact, your income actually just goes up. And correct me if I'm wrong, Amy, in the last 32 years, have you ever experienced growth in a way that in 6 months you make over $500,000? Has that ever happened in the past?
Well, for this sales volume, maybe it's by whole years before, but this time come out pretty quickly, like a half year, I have reached this target.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, I should say your home sale guarantee realty is pretty good about a prediction. Like, I think before you guys had predicted, the commission would be negotiable, just go by, as I say, go back to the original principle. So you have prepared your agent, well, for them to go to the battlefield, then they know how to act. So I think that's very important. And you also train agent like me, be familiar with all the forms, so I can explain to buyer what is going on. So what is their value and what is their benefit to using me as the agent from the your home sold guarantee.
Yeah,
So
let's talk about that, Amy. Let's talk about the real benefits because you've been in business. So the reason I keep on saying that you've been in business for 32 years, Amy, is because of this. Because most people said, well, you cannot teach an old dog new tricks. And we believe, well, you are not a dog, right? You are a human being. You are created for greatness. And Amy here is the proof, right? So you are very open now. Amy, let's talk about what is the real benefits when let's say you meet face to face with a consumer right now. You are doing a high. In fact, you actually make more what you used to do in the whole year. Now you did it in less than 6 months. So your income actually goes up post NAR settlement. But let's bring it to the real basic here. Let's bring it to the ground. What are some of the benefits that you are offering to the consumers in this market today that compel the consumers to work with you exclusively and willing to pay for your fees? See, those are a real skill, Amy. So this is why most real estate agents are confused now because the buyer's agent, they are not used to working with buyers to compel the buyers to work with them exclusively. So you are a master on that. And number two, not only you compel the buyers to work with you exclusively, but at your fees. So can you share some of the real benefits?
yeah, that's something I really want to introduce or emphasize. The first thing when I joined the company, and there's one thing I learned very useful, very effective is as an agent, you need to negotiate, set, and collect your fee. Nothing is set. You have to negotiate. So for this kind of difficult moment, as Rudy, you say after the August 13th, we have to really explain to either buyer or seller too, okay? But take a buyer, first. You have to let them know the value, why they need to hire me. I think that's a key, So you have to introduce all our features like we have the VIP buyer program, how to make them sign it with us. I have to explain very carefully in detail to them. So let them have the comparison. They are the decision maker. I have to do my part, just explain to them well. That is my job. So I have to convert our company's features, just on the VIP buyer program we offer, to their benefit. So everything I have to think about their benefits. So it's not about how good I am, how good our company is. I have to make them understand that is for their benefit. I think that's a bottom line.
Yes. Now let's talk about. So, Amy, what about working with sellers? And I noticed you also, when you work with sellers, you are doing extremely well. What are some of the benefits when people are thinking of selling their home? Why should the consumers hire you over and above thousands of other agents in the marketplace?
Okay. As I mentioned, so join this company, I have a lot of tools I can use to talk to the clients. Take a seller, for examples. We have a VIP seller program. We have the RB selling system, and we have the pre-owned home program. Those are really powerful. So when I talk to the seller, okay, first of all, I have to let them tell me what they want, and I will listen very carefully to see their criteria or their desire. I can using our company's program to satisfy them. So I will spend the time, listen to the seller, and try to introduce them. All their concern will be satisfied very well by my program. So that's how I get their trust and get their signature on the listing agreement.
Amy, so you've been in business for 32 years. I mean, I keep on saying that because that is important, okay? You've been in business for 32 years. When you came here not too long ago, less than a year basically, and it seems like you are very open to coaching, you're always attending the training, and you are willing to you actually follow our KPI. As you know, the traditional agent, there is no KPI, right? The traditional agent is basically do whatever you want it to do. So my question is this: what makes you very coachable? Like, what makes you open to coaching? What makes you open to all this accountability? Because most people, most real estate agents, Amy, they do not like being held accountable, right? But I'm curious though, and I notice you always attend the training every single day. You are open to new ways of doing things. You learn how to do our buyer's presentation. In the last 32 years, you never had buyer presentation. You actually adopting our listing presentation, following our KPI. So I'm curious, what's going on in your mind? Like why? Because most people, they've been in business for 2 years and they think they know everything, and so but you for 32 years, it's if there's anybody who say you know everything, it will be you, right? You can easily say I've seen everything.
No,
So
I
but
can't.
but what makes you so coachable?
Well, I just don't think I could say I know everything, okay? Because things changes, especially I know real estate is very dynamic. So there's nothing say you know everything. So for me to join this company because I want to using different system to do my business. And this company offer the team work, the system support, and it proved in my practice, it proved this is a working system. So I say, I'm pretty much a doer because when I receive a phone call, I answer it. I go to meet the clients, simple like that. And when I don't have a client after working hours, you know, I repeat to refresh myself with all the trainings. So I get all the tools and support I can have. So I enjoy doing my job, So as you mentioned about a record, I really didn't really pay attention. I do believe if I do things right, okay, and do the right thing, I would get things done. So yeah, I appreciate that. I really enjoy, working in this company because it works. Just like when I talk to either buyer or seller, I need to persuade them our program works, really works for them. So I think that's the key. Oh,
Yeah, you keep on mentioning over and over. In fact, even before we did the recording today, you keep on mentioning over and over that the program works, the system works. Can you explain more? What do you mean exactly? Give a practical example. What works? Obviously, you did very well. Again, for many of you who's just joining the show here today, we are interviewing here with Amy Wu, been in business for over 32 years, did over $500,000 in income in the first 6 months here in 2024. In fact, double her income as a post the NAR settlement, right? So, Amy, let's go back to our conversation. So you keep on mentioning about what we teach works. Can you give a little bit more, like give a real practical example? What are you referring to?
okay. Like in the very beginning, okay, I learned negotiate, set, collect my own commission. Okay, that's something pretty new, or I should have done that before, but you guys just remind me. So when I go to the clients, I just build up the new habit. I would tell them the value for them to hire me. So I dare to say that. Before, I'm probably too lazy to say, oh, what is the market did? Then you pay me this amount of the commission. I don't argue and I don't explain. I just take things for granted. That's something I learned how to negotiate, set, and collect my own commission. It worked. Okay. Then talk to you about the seller's listing presentation. I mean, the sellers, the seller VIP program, like the the power buyer program. So I will catch the 22 and I will have the whole market ready to look at seller's house. Not because we have a power buyer program. So we will have a more explosion to help seller to sell fast or even the higher price. So that's something who I don't have those tours, and also for the pre-owned home. So we prepare that is for seller's benefit. So whoever's interested to send in an offer, they pretty much have to know the situation of the house. So we won't have a last minute renegotiation or any surprise to buyer or even the seller. So yeah, I just bring all the tools and the weapon I have to go to talk to clients. I get myself well prepared. Those are just some of the programs or the tour training I get in this company. And they are always in the website. You can always go back to learn.
Amy, one of the most commonly asked question that our team here receive is this from real estate agents. Is it true? Is it true that we actually generate business for you, right? Is it true that we generate buyers and listing appointments for you? Can you share your real life example? Because we get this question all the time because it sounds too good to be true. There is no real estate companies that give customers to the real estate agent. These are not leads. These are real customers, buyers and listing appointments ready to buy and sell now. So can you share from your personal experience before you join the team? Again, you are bringing a 32 years experience in the business. You pretty much know almost every single real estate company, or at least you are exposed to every single real estate brokerage, how they work. And then you came here less than a year ago. Can you speak on about how are we generating customers for you?
Okay, yeah. So first of all, I want to re-emphasizing. I have a training. Okay, I get myself qualified and certified, so I can start getting companies generate the lead. I also get Zillow Flex leads. Those leads just come to me automatically. I don't have to go through door knocking, cold calling. The leads come to me. What I need to do, just answer the call, meet the customer, set up appointment, and we go to show the house. And well, be honest with you, right now I still didn't get a listing leads, but for the buyer leads, okay, I get my listing leads because when I talk to the buyer, of course I have a tour. For example, when I talk to the buyer, when I show in the house, I will ask them how they purchase the house, cash or finance. They need a finance. I automatically refer them to the Zillow home loan. They are so handy, 24 hours, 7 days, I could say that. So they can talk to the loan officer right away, right on that spot. So customer can see we are the company with a system. And sometimes I will ask the buyer, you need to sell your house before you purchase. They say yes. Then we have a different program to help them out. So that will become my listing leads. So I do buy and sell like this. I don't waste my lead. Well, of course, I didn't get any single leads to sign a contract with me, to sign an offer, but somehow I have several successful leads. I do buying and selling.
Yeah, like you bring up a good point, Amy. The buyers have a house to sell.
Mhm.
So a good listing agent, right? So we have different program. Amy, just to put it in perspective, Amy just joined the team not too long ago. I think this is the first year you qualify to receive a company generated deals. Although technically you have not been receiving company listing appointment. However, you bring up a good point. The buyers have a house to sell. right? So you apply the skill to book an appointments from there. Now, Amy, I look at our conversion now, and I see that you are one of the highest. You are one of the highest conversion. I think it looks like you are converting at the 35%. So that means for every 10 appointments that we generate for you, you're actually closing 3 to 4 deals for us. So that's pretty good. Can you share what are some of the best practices? Oh, you mentioned just now, so you are part of our Zillow Flex team. So Zillow Flex team is basically the consumers who's thinking of buying. We connect directly to Amy. You have a direct live connection. Can you share some of your best practices, Amy, to have a very high conversion?
I think everything is so basic. You have to answer the call and try to make appointment with them, okay, to show the house. I mean, it just, you never say, this won't work or he won't buy the house from me. You just go to show the house. And during showing the house, talk to the buyer, build up the rapport, and you have to know them well to be able to satisfy their needs. I listen a lot about what they want. And not only just husband or wife. Sometimes I want during the weekend. So whole family will get together. I will get the whole picture. So it's just the skill I learned from your home sold guarantee, just makes things more effective. So yeah, and as I mentioned, I cross-sell them the finance, and I ask them to then sell the house. You just have to do it. I don't see anything big secret from me. I'm just execute what I learned and go to meet buyer or seller.
It sounds very simple, but okay, so what you said is this. You use the word, I just do it. I'm a doer, I execute. So that, for those of you who are taking notes, write that down, right? You cannot get rich thinking about it. You just have to do it. The result, if you are not happy with the result that you are getting, you need to change the action. So basically, what Amy is saying is, I don't know how. You're making over $500,000 in 6 months, but all you said is, I don't know. To me, it's very basic, right? Step number one, like you said, Amy, just now. Step number one is you answer the telephone. It sounds very basic, Amy, but you've been in business 32 years. If you call, Amy, if you call a random real estate agent now off the MLS, what is the chance that the agent's going to answer the telephone? Right? So, okay, so step number one, like Amy said, when the opportunity calls, then we answer the telephone. Number two, you don't pick and choose. What's the words you say? You just show up and you always show them homes.
Yes. That is realtor's job. Okay. You don't choose the client. You never know. I mean, being in this business long enough, okay, you never know. So do it. And as I mentioned, practice makes perfect. The more clients you encounter, more you know, different type of the clients. So you learn from that, And I still want to emphasize your home sold guarantee in realty furnish me with full knowledge and the tools. So I will be more confident to go to the battlefield. So you see, you have to well train yourself, be prepared. Then you won't feel scared. You will have the confidence to do it. Because you have to persuade yourself first before you can say things so strongly, say, yes, it will work for you. It will bring to you the benefit.
I see. That's a good point, Amy. What you are saying when you say you need to persuade yourself first, basically what you are saying is that the number one, you need to sell yourself first. Are you convinced? Do you believe in your own products?
Yeah. Yes.
Right? That's a good point.
I'm proud to present. You may not hear that before, but allow me to give you the program we have. It won't take you too much time, but you may benefit that.
That's good point. In fact, in sales in general, the biggest sell is to yourself. Will you buy your own products? Will you sign your own VIP buyers agreement? Will you sign your own exclusive agreement? If you are not willing to sign your own agreements, what Amy said, it's not gonna happen. So it's pretty simple, Amy. Basically, what you are saying is this: number one, always answer the telephone. Number two, never pick and choose, because usually the agents always pick and choose. Oh, the house is too far. Oh, it's a low the price range, whatever. So you just show up. You always show homes. And number three, what you are saying is believe in your own product. So I guess, how do you believe in your own products, Amy? I mean, when you first came here, actually, you don't know anything about us. We don't know you. So what makes you convinced? What makes you completely pre-sold in our program? Because like today, even today on this interview, right? You keep on saying that, oh, everything that I learned, everything. So I can see that you are completely pre-sold, right? So I guess the question is, so what makes you pre-sold in your VIP products before you communicate it to the clients? What did you do when you first joined the team to get you completely pre-sold in the product so that you can transfer that feelings? Because sales is just a transference of feelings, right? Because you are completely sold in the products, so you just transfer your feelings to the consumer, and the consumer obviously get infected with your positive energy. But I guess, what makes you pre-sold? What did you do when you first joined the team that makes you like, okay, man, this is good?
Rudy, actually, that is the program you designed, okay, for every newcomer to go through each steps, each letters you designed. So we learn every single detail, like you just mentioned. How good is the VIP buyers program, VIP sales program? Okay, we have the training program to teach us what is the benefit, okay, what is the features. So we learn and we memorize that, we get certified, so we know what is going on inside the program. And I personally agree with that. So I think that's true. So I can sell because you guys train me. That's how I get trained to meet the clients in a different way.
Yeah, let's share some of the real stuff here, Amy. I'm going to share some of our benefits when we work with the consumer in this market today. And we have so many real estate agents, Amy. They actually send a message here to our team that, hey, the market post NAR settlement, most real estate agents, they don't know what to do. So that's why we are doing this podcast. We are doing this podcast to help the real estate industry to be successful in this market today. Like we want everybody to be like you, Amy, meaning double your income, double your net take-home income post the NAR settlement, right? Because that's how we see it. We see the NAR settlement, post NAR settlement, it's actually a good thing. So here, let me go through some of the buyer's benefits. And Amy, I want you to jump in anytime and share your real life experience when you communicate with the buyers. You mentioned just now the first step number one, when you're working with buyers in this market today, you actually connect to loan officers that you trust. So that's step number one. Can you elaborate more on the importance of partnering up with a loan officer that you trust, somebody that's not only knowing the products, but can help you get the deals? Can you share your personal real life example? Like just now, I think you mentioned about, oh, your loan officer is working 24 hours a day for you and stuff. Share more about that.
Well, I shouldn't release their 24 hours, 7 days of workload. Okay, yeah. So we know if buyer like the house, send an offer. Nowadays, pre-qualified letter is very important. So the loan approval, just like a very critical when we submit the offer. So I have to make it the buyer knows who will pre-qualify you best and give you the most accurate, the loan amount you can borrow. So for me, if I get a company generated a lead, I may make it on the phone, but usually buyer won't be open up to me. But when we are showing the house, they will tell me, as I mentioned, I will connect to the Zillow home loan right away. No, I won't waste any time. I won't let them go back home to think about that or whatever. I grab the opportunity. So that is the pre-approved. Of course, when I introduce Zillow home loan, not only because they are working 24 hours a 7, I shouldn't say that. Okay, but their pre-qualified letter is like a deed. And they waive the appraisal fee, etc., etc. A lot of features. So I have to let buyer know why choose the lender I recommend. There's a reason for that. Okay, what is the difference between they choose their own or outsider, or they just call anybody? But for the Zillow home loan, it's different. Especially the name Zillow should make their offer more powerful because reputable lender.
Yeah, you bring up so when you work with the loan officers, the loan officer that you're working now are able to do what's called a full loan underwritten approval.
Yes.
We partner full loan underwritten. Amy, for the people who don't understand, can you explain what is the difference between pre-qualification, pre-approval, and full loan underwritten approval, and how does it help you to make your offer so strong that compel the owner of the house, the sellers, to accept your offers?
Well, I need to explain the buyer why we need a pre-qualified letter. Because when seller or listing agent review your offer, they need to know your financial status. So they require you being pre-qualified by the lender. That's number one. Number two is, if you got pre-qualified, at least you know how much money you could spend to purchase a house. Know your financial status more clearly. Then we have no wasting time to buy something you cannot afford. That's number one. It's a very preliminary, very basic. But as I just make an example for Zillow Home Loan, they have a super system to help even more further. They will interview with a buyer, asking some question about their financial status. So they can pre-approve my buyers, the loan. So that's powerful. Of course, when sellers see it, it makes a difference. That's like a DU approval. I just have a case, okay? Because I present Zillow's pre-qualified letter, and the seller say it is as good as later on for the loan approval with condition. So that makes my buyer's offer get accepted in the very beginning. That makes a difference. And also Zillow Home Loan guaranteeing the closing time. So there's no extension, no penalty, no hassle in the escrow. So
Yep,
that's how I did it.
That's powerful stuff, Amy. So who you partner up with makes a difference. The consumer, how it benefits the consumers is that we work with the lenders to help us to demonstrate to the seller of the house in a compelling way how strong a buyer you are. Your offer are more likely to get accepted. Now, the second benefits when you're working with buyers is our home search system. Now, most real estate agents, Amy, as you know, most real estate agents, they only show homes that are listed on the MLS. Now, here in our office, you mentioned many times at the beginning just now, when you first joined the team, we teach you to how to set, negotiate, and collect your fees. And the reason we teach you when working with buyers to set, negotiate, and collect your fees is so that you are not relying solely on the MLS for the source of homes, because we want to make sure that every day you're going to focus on showing homes that match the buyer's criteria, including homes that's not available online. You see, the problem, as you can see here, Amy, the problems, most real estate agents only show you homes that you can find yourself online, i.e. those listed on the MLS. This inventory is often pick over, overpriced, overwhelming. Every buyers can find these homes online because the moment the listing gets syndicated into the MLS, it gets syndicated. I mean, the moment the listing get input into the MLS, it get automatically syndicated to over 15,000 end user websites. So the consumer can see it themselves. So the buyers can see themselves. So if all you do, you just emailing them homes that they can see online, the consumer can go to Google, consumer can go online and they can see the homes themselves. Then what is the value that you are bringing into the transaction? So that's the reason why we teach you how to set, negotiate, and collect your fees, is so that you can find off-market homes. Now, we work behind the scenes to find you homes that the average agents do not know about. Off-market, unlisted homes, distressed sales, bank foreclosures, expired cancels. In many cases, you will be the only buyers to know about these homes. There's no competition. Now, Amy, can you share from your perspective here? Because most real estate agents, when we talk about off-market homes, their assumption or what they're thinking is pocket listings, versus here we are not talking about pocket listing. We are talking about like literally looking at the map. Can you educate us? Can you speak more on these off-market deals when you're working with buyers?
Okay, I have a practice. Every time when I receive a lead, okay, of course, company or Zillow will give me the criteria what this buyer is looking for, and I also do my study, because the good thing for this company is we have a database, so we share the resource. So I base on buyer's desire criteria. I also search our company's database. I prepare just in case the house buyer wants to see, then satisfy them. I always have a backup property to show them. But at that time, it's the time I need to tell them what is the benefit to sign the VIP buyer program with me. And I have a real case is, okay, all the MLS property doesn't satisfy him, but he still want to give me a chance because I do things very diligently. So he signed the VIP buyer program with me. One time when I see on our workplace, I see a property not on the market yet. So I tell him, get excited. So he worked with me and then we send an offer. So yeah, that is how I work out. And it really helps me out because our company have a database. So I can always choose from. Same thing to the seller. We have a buyer's database as well. This company, we share the resource there. So we have all those off-market property and we can present to either buyer or seller to make our deal successful.
Oh, wow. So you're saying that you have a buyers now. They've been working, they've been looking for homes. Can you share that real life example? Is that going on now, Amy?
Yeah.
Okay, share that. How long the buyers has been buying and what's their experience before and after they meet you?
Okay. He has some property he saw online. So he want me to show those properties. Of course, doesn't really fit perfectly. So I tell him if he signed the VIP buyer program after I show him the house, then I will diligently to provide him off market. Of course, I know he continually will search online. So one time when I see some property in our workplace, then I inform him and we go to see the property. It's not on the market yet. So he's very happy about that. So
Wow.
and then the offer.
That's a good example. Let's continue with our so step number one, getting the financing squared away. The second thing is having access to homes that match your home buying criteria, including homes that's not available online. We also network with other agents, homes that's coming soon, new homes, new construction. We have access to priority access to homes from the builders before it becomes available to the general public. So most real estate agents only show you homes that you can find yourself online. Versus here what Amy is doing when Amy is working with the buyers every day, Amy work behind the scenes to find new homes that the average agent do not know about. And the reason Amy can do that, so I just want to make sure that this doesn't sound like too good to be true here, because Amy know how to set, negotiate, and collect her own fees. So that way you already have a peace of mind that your fees are because you have a conversation, you have an agreement with the owner of the house with the buyers up front.
Yeah.
Was it big, Amy? Was it a big change for you for the last 32 years? When you work with buyers, you never had that conversation up front, and suddenly when you join our team here, less than a year, suddenly you're having that conversation up front with the buyer. Was it a big change, or is
Yeah,
that?
it is. It is a
Yeah.
big change. Before I just take it for granted, whatever the market, with a certain percentage of the commission, I just take it, So I didn't really try hard to negotiate or set or collect. Yeah.
Yeah. But now you see it actually benefits the consumer, because once you
Yeah.
have a conversation up
Yes.
front, the consumer has can you share how does it benefits the consumer by having that conversation up front?
Yeah, I show them the program, all the details,
Yeah.
one by one. There must be some will hit them, satisfy them. So yeah, just get some time to do it slowly, patiently. When they see the benefit, they will listen. They will listen.
Yep. Amy, and this is my last point here today for you. We have so much to share, so little time together. Let's talk about your offer research, how you package together the offers so that your offer are more likely to get accepted. Here in our team, we teach what we call our ultimate offer package, where we put together our offers, make it so compelling that the owner of the house are compelled to accept it. Here, this is step 4 in our VIP buyers program. We call it our offer research. To get you, the buyers, the best deal, we need to create a strategic offers that the seller feels compelled to accept. These are some of the research that we do when we put together the offer for you. Amy is when Amy work with the buyers, Amy actually pick up the telephone and have a conversation up front with the listing agent, the agent who represent the sellers, asking about how long has the house has been on the market, how many showings have they been getting, why the seller is selling their home, what is most important for the sellers, what does the seller need in terms of the terms, what did they pay for. So all this conversation is done up front, and how you will benefit as the buyers, armed with this information regarding the seller's motivation, then we create a compelling offers to get you the best deal. Can you talk about putting together the research, putting together the offers, and also last one here is you put together the ultimate offer package it together as one, and submit it to the owner of the house. Can you speak on this, Amy? And I'm not sure though whether before, in the last 32 years, if this is something that you were taught before or this is something new. So can you speak more about putting together the package, not just sending an email to the agent who represent the sellers?
When I know buyer is interested in purchasing that house, ready to submit an offer, I always call listing agent first. Actually, when I'm showing the house, I will make the listing agent have the strong impression with my buyer. So when they read our offer, they will, they will give us some plus, and I need to ask listing agent about what the seller looking for and what will make our offer looks compelling if you can provide some information. Not a secret thing, it just helps us to do that, because if we come up with the strong, compelling offer, it's going to benefit the seller as well. So I will communicate with the first. And of course, I will gather those information back to my buyer, prepare the offer. I explain to them what we should put it on, like the remove contingency days. What can attract the seller without hurting buyers' benefit? That is the number one. I need to prepare my buyer. I let them know. I will watch every single step, but I want to educate them what seller is looking for. Seller have this reason to sell their house too. So there's some specific different items they are focusing on. Then we have to make our offer more attractive. So buyer can tell I really spend the time to work on the best offer for them. Be a compelling, powerful offer to the seller, create a win-win situation. So pricing is only one issue. The time, the contingency removal, and the et cetera, also make the offer different. So that's a strategy.
Yes, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Now, Amy, other than so we cover a lot today, but I think for you, when I observe you, I think your strongest is your mindset, right? You come in with a positive attitude. You come in with a mindset of openness, right? You're willing to learn, because when the market change, you said that this is the time for you to change the behavior, but most real estate agents, they resist change, right? Because most people, they don't like change. Most people, we do not like change. So, but when you are open, when you adapt, then obviously you're doing well. Is there anything else that you want to share? Let's say right now you are speaking to other real estate agents, all your friends, all your friends that's been in business for over 32 years, and they tell you that, oh no, it's impossible now. We cannot make money in real estate. The buyer's agent is dead now. People say stuff like that, as you know, in the industry, which is completely not true, by the way. And again, for those of you who just joining the show today, my special guest here at our Superstars Agent panel, we have our superstar Amy, making over $500,000 in the first 6 months, double her income from she's been in business for over 32 years. So obviously you are actually doing very well post NAR settlement. So if there's anything else, Amy, that I forgot or I did not ask you during this interview, like what would it be to help real estate agents to be successful? Because Amy, according to the NAR, over 60,000 real estate agents are expected to quit the business this year because of this post-NAR settlement. So can you share what else to help? Because many of these agents, they're hardworking people. They're not lazy or anything. It's just that nobody is showing them the way. Right. So hopefully this podcast, we can share it to everybody to help. So what would it be? What would you share anything that I forgot to ask?
Yeah, I'm so glad that you give me this opportunity. Of course, when you mentioned about some agents, they maybe get confused, they get lost, or they feel helpless because they don't know how to reorganize their business pattern. So I want to say, then join our company, because you got support, got help, got resource, got system, and I am the perfect example. So join your home sale guarantee in realty. They teach me do the right thing and do things right. If Amy can do it, actually everybody can do it. So I think action speaks louder than words. I'm a good example. I'm nobody. I'm not the good old better than anybody else. But I just follow the training and do it, practice more, and you will get it. So it's a reality.
Yeah, that's a very good advice. Take action, right? Take action, right? Because I think the more you think about it, the more you analyze it, then you get paralyzed by analysis, right? Yes, it is a change. Like Amy said, she's been in business for 32 years. It's changed. So what? Then you change, right? You have a decision. You can choose. You are not a tree. You are not planted. And what I learned from Amy is like you are not a don't believe when people say you cannot teach an old dog new tricks. Remember, you are not a dog. You are a human. You are created by God for greatness, right? You can change. Amy can change. Amy has been doing it for 32 years, and you just change like that. How long does it take, Amy, for you to just change your behavior?
I just very shortly, I guess. I mean, as I say, Amy can do it. Everybody can do it.
It's a
Trust me.
decision. It's a decision. You just change like that, right?
Decision. Yeah.
It's a decision, If I want to change the way I speak, I just have to change, right? So I want to encourage everybody, all the real estate agents watching this. Post-NAR settlement is the greatest opportunity for you if that's what you believe. Because once you learn how to set, negotiate, collect your fees, now you can actually benefit the consumers. The consumer benefits because now they have access to homes that's not available online. And how you benefit, remember, your income is only an issue in the absence of value. So if you can add more value in that transaction, which is what is the biggest value? The consumers want access to homes that match their criteria. Boom, right? So your income is only a issue in the absence of value. So we gotta add more value. Now, Amy, we are a little bit over time now, but if they are home buyers, if they are home buyers, home sellers, or other real estate agents who are watching this video and they like to get connected with you, what is the best way to connect with Amy for people who's thinking of buying a house, people who's thinking of selling a house, or real estate agents who like to partner up with you, right? Because they can learn from your wisdom, been in the business for over 32 years, and your new skill now, post-NAR settlement. Like, what is the best way to connect with Amy?
Well, I have a pretty busy schedule, so email me and I will reply for sure. I will reply. Email me. So I will reply.
So what's your email?
Amy Wu at yourhomesold guarantee.com.
Amy is spelled AMYWU, right?
At yourhomesoldguarantee.com.
How many clients are you working with now? How many in escrow now, right now? Today, it's September 9, 2024. How many you are in escrow pending close September 2024?
I only have 3.
You have 3 in escrow. How many clients you are actively working with now?
I lose count. I think it's 5.
So you have
to
5
follow up.
five active clients and three in escrow. I know you are super busy, Amy, so thank you for joining this Superstars Agent podcast to share your experience. This is your first 8 months in the team, and you are doing very well, right?
Thank
so
you.
and so just looking forward to hear many more of your success stories. Congratulations, Amy, once again. Make it a great day, everybody. Go serve big.
Thank you.